Today we'll be driving around Innisfail, Alberta. Now, Innisfail is a central Albertan town with a population of about 8,000. It has a small historical downtown with antique shops and restaurants, but it is best known for their area attractions: the Wildlife Discovery Park, Dane City Rodeo, outdoor markets, historic village museum, and campgrounds and golf courses. The median income here is 76,500. But like many smaller towns in Alberta, the population rose but has fallen considerably in 2018 and 2019. Today, the population kind of stabilized and the market is stabilized in this area. Innisfail is unique due to its relative distance, only 20 minutes, to Red Deer. Real estate is relatively inexpensive, with four-bedroom housing from about 250,000 and up, and townhouses can be as low as 150,000. Rental properties for a one-bedroom apartment go for about 700, with houses starting at about $1,100. Innisfail has abnormally high crime, however. Total crime is 80% higher than the rest of Canada. Violent crime is 41% higher, and property crime is 93% higher. The RCMP are working overtime in this community to bring crime to a halt. Recently, they started a rural ATV patrol division to help stop property crime. Hopefully, they can get things under control, as this little town could be a real gem. Now, you notice we drove through that one section of Innisfail, which is probably built in the 1960s and 1970s all the way up till today, with big box stores, these sort of things, Dairy Queens, Tim Hortons, all these newer buildings. Now, this is kind of the older section of town. It has some really unique buildings, including an old theater, and some older buildings like bank buildings, and some really unique antique shops as well. So we're going to take a drive through this little section here. We're going to turn around. We're going to do a little bit of walking as well, so you can get a feel for this area. Now, this area, it seems like there's not a lot of traffic, but sometimes it does get really busy down here. A lot of tourists come here for antique shopping, stopping off at the little restaurants on the way from Calgary to Edmonton. It's not far off from Highway 2. And it gives a really good opportunity to kind of see a little small rural town in Alberta. All right, let's get out of the vehicle and go for a walk. We're going to walk down the sidewalk here, just down this whole block, just to kind of give a feel for how clean this city is, or how clean this town is, I should say, and get a feel for some of the shops that are here and some of the historical buildings as well. Now, you'll notice it's relatively clean. There's not garbage or litter around, but Innisfield does have a really high crime rate compared to some parts of Alberta and certainly across Canada. But there are some really unique hidden gems here. There's a lot of antique stores, some really fabulous restaurants, and a lot of good area attractions that a lot of tourists stop in at. So let's take a walk down the sidewalk. We'll go all the way down this block, and then we'll turn around. And then I think we're going to go inside one of the antique shops to take a look around to see what they have to offer. Whenever you're in Innisfail, you have to stop at these antique shops. There's so much to look at. Now, this particular one does have a lot of kind of strange objects. There's a lot of toys, and there's stuff from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and up. Now, it's kind of a wild collection, so we're just going to kind of go through this little area, kind of take a look at everything. There's records, there's sports memorabilia, there's auto parts, there's jewelry, there's cash, there's coins, there's all kinds of stuff here. Now, this back little section really interests me because of all the toys that are back here. A lot of Tonka trucks, little vehicles, some figures as well. But there's something on the floor here that caught my attention. It's kind of hidden, and a little tractor was above it. Now, there are some really cool toys here. Some of the prices, though, are quite high. So just a caution, they are quite high in this area. Now, there's a lot of these Tonka trucks, Tonka diggers. But down there, that's what I spotted. That is one of the toys that I wish I still had. It's an Aurora AFX. It's kind of a little toy that every kid in the 1970s wanted. Now, as we pass through this antique store, you'll notice that things are pretty well taken care of. Everything's kind of orderly. The business owner here is very easy to talk to. You can negotiate on some prices as well. So that is kind of cool. Let's do a little bit of driving throughout this community just to kind of give you a feel for the neighborhood. Now, most of the houses are quite old. They're from the 60s and 70s, some from the 80s. There is some new development because Innisfail experienced a boom, and then it kind of went down. The population kind of went down, but there are some really cool houses in this area, some really kind of definitive houses from the 1950s, 1960s, and 70s. There are some historical houses as well. But this kind of gives you an idea of the flavor and the feel. You can see they're kind of mixed up. There's some newer ones on the right side, and then we go back into the older style again. So it really has this kind of strange feeling to it because everything is kind of mixed up. But that is kind of cool. Now we are coming to the end of our driving, walking tour of Innisfail. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it enjoyable, please give us a thumbs up, a like, and also consider subscribing to our channel. It really helps us out. If you have any comments about Innisfail, post them below. If you live in Innisfail and you want to let us know how it is to live there, also let us know. That'd be awesome. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.